This week on The Grind, a cold front with rain moves in, and we head to the fields for more Canada goose hunting.
I yearn for a place to call my own. I'm going home. Say what you will, I'll be better for it still. I've been wondering what you're doing with your time, just to get you off my mind. I'm in the grind.
The Grind Waterfowl TV is brought to you by Dakota Decoy, premium gunning decoys for demanding hunters. Lucky Duck, masters of deception. Kent Cartridge, quality matters and performance counts. Mud Buddy, the king of mud motors. Excel, the boat to own. Cornerstone Gundog Academy, the most accessible online retriever training program. Yoder Smokers, handcrafted in the heartland. Sitka Gear, turning clothing into gear. Rig 'em Right Waterfowl, the industry leader in specialty waterfowl products. OnX Hunt, know where you stand. Benelli, simply perfect. Cowboys Wild Game Washer, as clean as you can get 'em. And these fine sponsors. This segment is brought to you by Lucky Duck Premium Decoys.
You know, we had a cruise out scouting while I cooked over at Donnie's house. You know, with afternoon rain, there was rain up there, but there wasn't so much rain down here. But they found a pretty good feed of about 150 birds sitting in this corner of this wheat field. It's a small field, and we really thought, with everything that went on opening day, the feed was the next best thing. So, of course, yesterday was opening day, so what ended up doing is some other guy shot another field, pushed more birds over this way. So we're actually setting up right here along this tree line. We got a little southwest wind here, so we're obviously don't want to be looking directly into the sun. So we're gonna kind of set up and side shoot them. Use this tall stuff here in the background as our advantage. They cut some of this stuff down, and this kind of just goes to show you that when you think about what you need to do in a hunt, and the most important things is everybody always wants to run out and grab decoys is the first thing. This is what needs to happen right here. Guys, they're cutting branches off to match the background that you're in, the environment. It's always important to grass the blinds, obviously in the first part of the year, but it's also important to get out and get this stuff down and get it cut so that you can match your backgrounds and kind of blend in more. So if we get picked off out of here, then something's really, really wrong. And this is a great hide, and if the birds show up, it should be a good hunt. This is a goosey morning here. We like the clouds here, and we got a good wind. We got a 15-20 mile an hour wind right now. It's perfect. So the fields, it's a smaller field, so that's a nice thing that they won't get too spread out in here. Should shove down into this corner where they've been feeding at. Feel pretty good about it. All we need is birds.
Just getting anxious to hear some geese coming in.
That sounded like a goose.
Sounds like a goose behind us.
Right here.
Comes right on top of us. Oh yeah, right there. Look at that.
Go, go, go.
Bruno.
Hank!
We'll get 2 out of that.
3.
Hey, look out, they may be coming more right
Hey, get ready, get ready.
They're coming back around, Bruno, here. Bruno, here.
You got Hank too, Barton?
Bruno, here. Yeah.
If they keep doing that, we're gonna have to
Yeah, it's gonna have to
get them a little bit early.
Not just that, but they were gonna wait outside.
Yeah.
Huh?
Those 3 were cherries.
We might have to
Yeah.
rein those decoys, them outside decoys in.
They were gonna land on the outside edge
Channel.
of those decoys. Cody, what do you think? You think we need to move some stuff around?
Oh,
Hey, we got birds.
Yep, birds behind us in.
Gonna come the same path probably on the far side of that tree.
They're right here coming left shoulder. Barton's left shoulder. they're gonna slide. Cody's talking about
Getting those outside
pulling these
groups and
in more,
pulling
but
them in.
after seeing what that group did, I'm afraid they're gonna keep sliding, and they were locked up right there coming over the trees, and they're wanting to set right down. And it's just due to the wind. I think they're gonna keep trying to set down in this back hole here or that back or back over there. So I don't know what unless you wanna open that up or what you wanna do so they set down closer. I don't know.
Oh, more geese. We got geese. Oh, they're
Close.
close. Get in there now.
One single. Shoot him, Martin. Martin, shoot him.
He's not in here.
Got him?
He's down.
Oh, I thought Barton was in there.
No. The
Hey,
next
Cody.
ones do, but-
Were you thinking about taking this out of this mass right here and this edge and then making a hole right there and pushing more out? Or were you thinking about taking the... Yeah, and so then they go into this corner right here, maybe to the right of the flapper? Yeah, I agree with that. I think that that's a good idea. You know, the wind was coming out of the south, which, you know, we set up perfect for. The hide was great, and then all of a sudden it just kind of started to get more westerly in it, and that just didn't really help the birds work the best way. We still actually would have had good shooting, just didn't make the best for film as they were coming over our shoulder.
It was not ideal, but from the scouting the night before, where we were sitting, that was exactly where those geese wanted to be. There's a string out low out front coming right at us.
That's what we need.
This segment is brought to you by Dakota Decoy.
What do you think? No. Dude, they're peeling bad.
We got these other guys coming back in from behind us.
I can't see him. Right here, right here, right here, right here. Go, go, go.
Bruno!
So we're supposed to have a south wind, so we set up to cross shoot them, and then now the wind is really pulling hard out of the west, so it's become very tough. So they're setting up and they're kind of coming like this, and not the way you want to shoot them. I mean, we're still shooting them, but not the way we want to do it. So.
Dead.
But you got to, you know, with these resident geese, you got to use your hide to your advantage, or you got to use these tree lines to the advantage. So we set up on this tree line, but the wind's not the right direction now. It's not what they were forecasting or anything like that. It's totally switched on us. But we're just gonna have to deal with
Let's
it.
go.
We've created some holes and stuff like that in the decoys to try to get them down on us quicker, but it's tough shooting.
Heel. Hold that heel.
So motion's always a key when hunting. We used a flag when the geese were out in the distance, but you know, hunting an edge, you don't want to give your location as the geese start getting closer. So we used a flapper out in the decoy spread. So as the geese actually got to the field, we stopped with the flag in the blinds and then got the flapper going in the decoy spread just to draw the attention to the decoys and away from the blinds.
Oh yeah. There's like 3 waves of them.
There's some behind us too.
Right here behind us.
Okay, here we go. Hey, Don, you're taking no chances.
Like these?
Yeah, like these right here. These are good, right? Get them. Hang on.
Oh, we got more
Hold
guys
on.
behind
Yep,
us.
hang on, hang on. Wow, what a train wreck.
Whoa, buddy.
Wow.
Whoa, buddy.
I mean, let's go. Let's go.
All right. Do we want to hurry up and run out and grab these right now?
Somebody needs to go with the gun.
Heads up, buddy.
Somebody needs to hit that. Shoot, you know,
Cody,
go
you
with
go
your
out
gun.
with the gun.
Cody, go with your gun. Those sat down nice.
Dad, you got that one, Noah? Hank, heel.
Oh yeah, every one of them. What? How many was in that?
Good. Back. Back. Back.
That one kept trying to get out. I reloaded another shell.
There's 2 out. Is it just the one out there? Heel. Hank, right here. Heel.
Hey Wally, how'd you and Barton actually end up getting hooked up? I know you trained dogs, you know, well before and all that kind of stuff, and I know you guys of the area and hunting, but how did it all come about?
Once Don and I decided that we were going to do a kennel, we were kind of deciding which direction of Labradors we wanted to use. And I believe it was Don listened to an HP podcast and heard Barton Ramsey talk on there.
Wow.
And so he actually had called Barton, had a conversation with him on the phone, and he put a deposit down on our first dog from Barton, and shoot, that was probably 5-6 years ago now.
What dog was that, do you remember?
I don't remember which one it was, but it wasn't the first one we ended up getting. He ended up bringing an import, and that was Belle.
Okay.
He ended up bringing Belle over as an import from Ireland, and we went down, and that was the first one we picked up from him. But yeah, so we started buying a bunch of dogs from Barton, and from there, we just kept making trips down there and spending time with him.
Yeah, because he's kind of actually, term franchise might be a little much, but essentially that's what he's done. I mean, there's SOK North, there's Bracken Creek, there's
Tanglefoot Trail, with Corey.
Yeah, and then they're kind of all based from the Mississippi River Valley, you know, north, south, east, and is there anybody out west now yet?
Not out west. We have Parish Major in South Carolina, and then Miles Durham in Kentucky.
Okay.
That's pretty much sums it up right now, so we haven't really expanded out further west yet. It's kind of like you said, right up through the Mississippi Valley, kind of through there.
No, it's just kind of neat because you've never seen any type of breeder do something like that or whatever, and it kind of gives people more of a local feel, gives access to, you know, good trainers like yourself too. So people.
Yeah, it makes it good for us too to keep the quality up, because we have different locations to be able to maintain that quality and still maintain a good number of dogs.
I think it's over with. What do you think, Wally?
Could be. We have seen quite a few birds.
Yeah, we have.
I think we plan on at least giving it till 9, but it's been quiet for a while now.
Yeah.
Obviously the major feed's over.
Before this hunt, there had been a lot of discussion about facing the blinds west. Even though the forecast was for a south wind, there's always a chance the prevailing west wind will show up, and that chance seems to be a certainty when the blinds point west. Even though the wind was wrong and some birds landed wide of the spread, we had a good shoot, and the cold front had us optimistic that the birds would keep feeding as we prepared for day 3.
This segment is brought to you by Kent Cartridge.
We had 1 day left to hunt, and Ricky had a cornfield he'd been letting the bird numbers build in. With rain and cold, it was time to hunt.
Hello. Hey, man.
What's up?
Hey, do you mind dropping me that pin on X for that second field?
Okay, I can do that.
I appreciate it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oops, the head's popped up, so I don't want to stick around too long. Let's say there's 100 plus, and most of them are just right here, probably about that pivot straight out. Thing is, we just have to figure out how to hide if we're gonna hunt an edge. So one cool feature I really like about OnX is I got up here a little late and didn't get to the field where these guys had scouted, you know, a couple days before, so I really didn't know where the field was at. So Ricky just shared a waypoint with me, and I was able to, you know, just go straight to that field. So he's at home cooking dinner, has some steaks on the Yoder, so we're gonna eat well tonight. And right now we got a couple strong fields, so hopefully tomorrow's gonna be a good day.
With the birds sitting tight, our eyes turned towards another one of Ricky's fine meals. Using the Yoder smoker once again, Ricky cooked both the Wagyu steaks and the picanha. Our producer Sean followed up with, "Don't tell Ricky, but that's the best steak I've ever had." With full stomachs, everyone pitched in before one last go at these early season honkers.
Most of the birds are actually on the other side of the field, but with the sun and the wind that we're gonna have, it's a small enough field. I think we can set up on this pivot line here, this irrigation line. I know most of them were concentrated on that side, but like, again, I just think it's a small enough field where we can convince them to come over here. But
And the biggest thing that you pointed out to me is that you said that they were all concentrated together and sitting together.
correct.
So whereas, you know, a few nights ago they were more spread out, so they're getting more comfortable in the field. They're starting to congregate more. So I think that, to your point, if we make a mass, they should come to the mass.
Right. And we got this cover right here, and on the right side of the field for us to hunt the hide in. So
Yep.
I think it should be pretty good.
Perfect. Let's get to it.
Yep.
Oh, young whippersnappers. As long as I don't have to do it.
The strategy for the morning was an edge hide and Lucky Duck's 2x4s. We were going to be a little off the X, probably about 40 yards, but the pivot line was overgrown with weeds, so we sacrificed the X for a better hide. Brett was confident that with good and subtle calling, we could make it work.
Violet's journey begins as she leaves her littermates. So we just picked up Miss Violet. We're driving back to our place and she's whining a good bit. So Violet's first introduction into the home went great. Very quickly, she gained confidence, she learned about her surroundings, but not too long into it, we started to face some challenges. Actually, some pretty tough challenges that really made us question even bringing Violet home. All right, there's the first entrance into the home. We let her play in the house for a minute. Now I'm trying to do dishes for my beautiful, lovely wife. And Violet just wants to get out. You know, the shrill barking, the accidents that happen at 2 a.m. when you have to wake up and clean up those accidents, that really starts to wear on you and make you question your decision, or at least it did for me. Fortunately though, we used the Cornerstone Crate Training Guide and were able to overcome those challenges very quickly and get on to the fun part of training. As you can see here, Violet is super eager to learn and super excited to please us, which is what we're going to talk about in the next episode, along with some of the challenges that can accompany that eagerness.
This segment is brought to you by Mud Buddy and Excel Boats.
Around here lately, in the past handful of years, we've been getting more and more cranes, and the cranes come out at first light, but obviously they're a very, very weary bird, but it's good to have some cranes in the field just as a confidence thing. The geese see that, they're used to seeing it when they come here. It's just a good thing, so we're gonna sit here and watch them hopefully come in, which we are getting a couple in right now, and just sitting here and be quiet, and then, you know, the geese see that, it's just a confidence builder. There you go, Brett.
Come around behind us.
We're going back out. Real low left side.
Back around on left.
I don't like something. I see that. All right. They're on the end of the blind. They're right here. They're at 2 o'clock. Yeah, they're locked up. Go. It's all we had on them.
Yeah.
They don't like something.
Cedar. How many did we shoot? 2?
Yeah. They don't like something. We gotta figure it out. Okay.
Come on, buddy. Dead.
Go, 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 go.
Cedar.
It's gonna be hard getting out in that corn. Ooh, that was good. There's something they don't like. Resident geese, man. You know, A lot of times, you know, we get the opportunity to go hunt in some great places with some fantastic guides and stuff, but just like everybody else, you know, I'm a freelance hunter, and the same could be said for these guys up north doing the same thing. We scout hard, we, you know, use OnX, we're marking, we're asking for permission, we're knocking on doors. There's a lot of work that went into this week, and it may not show by big piles of birds, but there's a ton of effort by a lot of people that went into this. But as a team, we all came together and know that it truly is a grind, and there's a lot of work and effort that goes into it. So one of the things that I love, and we've had these now for a few years, is this Cowboys wild game washer. We shot some geese today, but I'm just got a couple of breasts here and going to show you kind of what this is all about. This is before we throw them in the washer, and see, I don't even worry about the feathers. And that's after. That's what you're left with. Totally clean breast. Look at that. I tell you what, this thing is a game changer. This thing does it all, keeps it all outside, so I'm not messing my house up. So this is really a useful tool for me. I personally like to thank Donnie, Wally, Barton, Cody, the entire SOK crew, SOK North crew, for hosting us on a couple of days of good hunts. The best part about it is that we were friends before, but it's just stronger friendships now. So I would like to personally thank them and appreciate them opening their arms to us.
Next week on The Grind, we're heading to North Dakota with our good friend Rick Darling and North Country Guide Service, and the ducks are thick.